Hello everybody, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is part 2 of the video that I just posted a few days ago on how the Ascension is going to affect your whole entire body, your mind, your body, your soul, everything. Sorry it's taken me so long to upload this video, you guys. It's just that I've been busy. I'm trying to get used to this new schedule I have, and honestly, the waves have a lot to do with how lazy I feel lately. I feel so lazy, so tired. I thought waves in the past kicked my butt and depleted my energy, but nothing like these current waves that have been coming through literally knock me out. And I find that I'm sleeping in more, I'm sleeping in longer. Just this past week, I've had days where I slept until 9:30, and that's a very unusual for me, you guys. I'm an early bird. I get up really early. My wake up time is anywhere from 2 in the morning to 4 in the morning. If I sleep past 4, actually no, if I sleep past 5, then I slept in. So sleeping until 9 is very unusual for me. It's like crazy. And I've been taking naps during the day, which is crazy because I have a very hard time napping during the day. I have a hard time napping when it's daylight out. So yeah, these energies have really just been taking a lot out of me. You know what it feels like? It feels like somebody went inside my body and literally took my life force out. Did I just say that right? My life force. Yeah, I said that right. Feels like they took my life force out. It's like they just went in and sucked it out of me. And then it grows back, and then they suck it out of me again. That's how I feel. So, on top of that, I'm also feeling different aches and pains in my body, which I'm going to talk about in today's video, because this process that we're going through, this transformation process that we are going through, literally affects everything in your body, in your mind, and your soul. Everything. It's a total transformation. What's happening is we are literally building new information into the cells of our body, and these changes are taking place naturally. Cosmically. The cells have been coded for this time in history, this time that we are alive right now. That's why this is such a beautiful time to be alive and witness all of these changes that are taking place. Even though a lot of these changes that are taking place may cause some fear in some of us, especially if we don't know what the heck is going on and you can't figure out why you're feeling the way you are mentally and physically and even spiritually. It's because of these waves, you know. We are getting a total makeover, literally. There are some people that are following their impulses, and they're drawn to a certain place or to certain people, and they're finding that being in that certain environment, whether it's with that person or in that physical place, it's creating a type of trigger, a trigger in cellular memory. And I bring this up because I recently started a job, and I haven't had to work in an office in almost 5 years. And I manifested this. That's why I always tell you guys, be careful what you think, be careful what you say, because this time that we're living right now in life is such a magical time. And we are able to manifest a lot faster than we were able to manifest in the past. Something shifted in the cosmos, and literally it's allowing us to manifest quicker, faster. So really quick, I just want to share this story. I was driving down the parkway, and this was almost a year ago, and I seen this building being built, and I thought to myself, wow, that's, that's going to be a beautiful house right on Lake Ontario, literally right on Lake Ontario. And then I drove by it again and realized it was a business. It wasn't a house. And I thought, oh my God, it's got to be such a beautiful place to work at. And I said, if I was to go back to work, I would want to work there because I'd be on the water. I don't want to work anywhere else unless it's on the water. And I would love to work on a marina. I worked on a marina years ago when I had my own detailing business, and I was an independent contractor detailing boats, and I had a really great time. But I was telling my husband, if I was to go back to work, I want to make up my own hours. I don't want a tight schedule. I want to be able to come and go as I please. I want to be able to work from home. I want an office that overlooks Lake Ontario. I want a boss that's happy and lovely and kind, not a nag, not a helicopter boss, somebody that hovers over you. And I want to make really good money. And he laughed at me. So it is what it is. So then, a couple weeks go by, and I seen a job posting for the place I drove by. So I hit it up, and I, was just inquiring. And I thought, you know what? I should go back to work. I should check this place out, at least check it out. So I get this interview, and I get hired. Everything that I talked to my husband about is what manifested for me. I have an office that overlooks Lake Ontario. I make good money. I do not have crazy hours. I kind of make up my own hours, and I'm able to work from home. I'm able to do the marketing that I'm trained in. I'm able to do customer relations that I'm trained in, and I assist the owner of this company. And this company is a restaurant bar / lodging / marina. And I just think it's funny because everything that I spoke about to my husband manifested. Maybe not exactly what I spoke about, but pretty damn close to what I spoke. Oh, and my boss, the owner of the company, is like your dream boss. She's kind, she's happy, she's understanding, she's not a helicopter boss, she's very down to earth, open-minded. It's like, I feel like this whole job thing is just not real. I feel like I'm living in a fantasy when I'm going to work, and this fantasy world that I go to, Wednesday through Saturday pays me to be in, and then I'm able to enjoy living on this third dimensional earth plane by playing in my fantasy on, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't know, it's really just strange. It's really strange to understand, and honestly, I'm enjoying it. And I feel like also I left out, before I accepted the job offer, I sat in meditation and I spoke to my guides, and I asked if I should go back to work. Is this something I really want to do? If I'm comfortable not having to go to work, should I do this? So this is the message I received from Spirit, is that I need to get out of the hermit stage, because I have been in this hermit phase for about 5 years, and I'm slowly coming out of it and acclimating, back into reality. And it's been a tough transition at times. Even just getting into public and going to the grocery store and bumping into people I know and just start chit-chatting in person has caused a little bit of an anxiety. But I'm getting over this anxiety of getting back into reality and getting back into public. And Spirit told me I need to get back out there because I cannot code people at home as good as I can code people if I'm out in public. I need to be back out in public. And I need to be around people so that I can download them with my codes. And so I thought to myself, okay, so going to this job, I'm going to mingle with people that are going to need to be triggered by me, by my frequency, by my vibrations. And what it's going to do is...
Oh, I didn't know you.
Sorry, you guys. My husband just came in, and I'm using this new audio device, so I don't know how to pause it, and I don't know if I pause it, if it'll go back to playing. I'm still learning how to use this. So yeah, so I went out. I forgot what I was talking about. He totally just caught me off guard. So being back out into reality, getting into a certain environment, you know, whether it be around people or that place, it's creating a type of trigger, a trigger in cellular memory, not just for them, but for me too. Even though I manifested this, but everything happens for a reason. And everything is happening for a reason. And so far, I'm enjoying it. And it's kind of shocking that I can actually sit here and tell you guys that I really enjoy what's going on in my life at this moment with what I'm doing in my life. And I'm not making plans. I just go with the flow. It's like, normally in my 9-to-5 job, when I was working literally 9 to 5, my hours were 9 to 5, and if I was asked if I could stay until 6, it was like, no, I don't want to stay until 6. I have to go home. I have to do this. I have to do that. You know, I can't just stay an extra hour because you're asking me to. Or if they asked me to come in on my day off, it was like, no, I'm not coming in on my day off. I already worked 6 days a week, you know, for these people. And then they wanted me to cover shifts and, you know, stay longer. And it was like, you know, no, you know, I don't like to feel like I have to commit to something. Once I commit to something, it causes huge anxiety for me. And it's like, oh man, now I have to do it because I committed to it. And it makes me very unhappy. So, long story short, I don't have to feel that way anymore. I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like I'm just going with the flow and everything is flowing the way it's supposed to go. And if my boss now asks me, hey Gabby, can you come in, you know, at 12 o'clock instead of, you know, 5 o'clock, not a problem. I'll be there. If she asks me to stay later, not a problem. I'd love to stay later. Anything. I want to help you guys out. You know, that's kind of been my attitude. And not just with work, it's just kind of been my attitude even around the house. When other people are just like complaining or, you know, just feeling like very low vibrational and just feeling like grumpy or unhappy, I'm holding this space and I can feel myself in this space. And I feel empathy for them because I'm able to see that I grew, I guess, spiritually. And I have this understanding that a lot of people around me don't have. And I don't let things bother me like I used to let things bother me. And I feel like something shifted when I took this job. And I don't know, maybe something was triggered inside of me and it opened something up, and I feel like I'm this new person. I'm not holding space for things that no longer serve me. You know, if it's meant to be, it'll be. That's the attitude that I have lately, and it's a really good attitude to have because I feel really great. And I don't know how to explain it. It's a feeling. There's just this feeling that I'm in this space, and it's like I'm hovering there, and everything in this space around me is okay. It's like a no fear zone, no worry zone, no upset zone. It's just like everything is cool. Everything is good. Just like, don't worry about it. Everything will work itself out. That's the kind of, attitude that I have lately. Anyways, let's get back to this video. So that's where I'm at, with these changes that are happening and me getting out of the house, and is like a cellular memory was triggered, and I was told by Spirit that this was going to happen for other people, and it ended up happening for other people and myself. I think it's because, we are following our natural motion in life to where the body is leading us, and who the body is leading us to. And this is creating the firing or triggering of new information. And that's exactly what's happening for me. There's this type of overlapping and blending of many processes taking place as these triggers are being activated. And the feeling of this is so trippy. I can't even explain to you how it feels. It's just trippy. Especially when you're experiencing it and you're acknowledging it and you're aware of it. It feels good. It's trippy, but it feels good. So there's this type of overlapping, this blending of all these processes that are taking place as these triggers are being activated. Then the new information is activated. It feels like when this new information is activated, it's like a domino effect. Actually, I'm getting this vision as I'm telling you guys this. It's like standing in a room of mirrors, and you're looking in one mirror in this room of mirrors, and you open this door, and all the doors in the reflection of the mirrors all open at the same time. That's what this activation feels like for me. I don't know if you guys understood that. Give me a thumbs up if that was a good vision for you guys to understand, but that is the exact vision that Spirit is showing me right now as I'm telling you guys this. Now let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever heard the phrase, let go and let God? Well, I believe that's exactly what's happening to me right now. That's the space I'm holding right now. I'm holding that let go and let God feeling in my life, and by doing that, it's like it feels free, like just go with the flow. I don't know. I feel like Source, God, Creator, whatever it is that you call your Creator, He, She, It, they are working on us, and we need to accept it. Let go and let God. Let go and let Source. Let go and let Creator do His work. Source, Creator, God is literally upgrading us. Source, Creator, God is upgrading the earth and the universe, the cosmos, everything. Source, God, Creator is upgrading everything and anything that is. This is literally taking place on a multitude of levels within the body. The more that we are in alignment with our body, our body wisdom, the more that there is a movement consciously towards that which will trigger that cellular memory and activate the transformation within the DNA that's in our body. You guys all play a huge role in all that is happening right now. It's not meant for you, just to sit back and sleep your days away and be lazy, be a little couch potatoes. And then you kind of just like wake up and poof, magically everything will happen or everything will be. It doesn't happen that way, you guys. Well, to To some degree, it kind of sort of does, but, you know, you have to put some effort into it. You know, because we do get a lot, you know, a lot of this transformation does take place when we are, you know, sleeping and resting. But the more that you are in alignment with these changes consciously, the more you will be the captain of your own ship, or the pilot of your own plane. I mean, you are literally driving this avatar, this body, this, I was going to say meat sack, but I remember a video way back where Spirit told me not to refer to it as a meat sack. This avatar. I guess avatar is the best thing to call it. This temple, what you're living, your body. Okay? And you're literally controlling this avatar that your soul is living in, that your spirit is in. You are a co-creator of these changes within yourself and within the masses. You want to be a part of this. There are many, many parts of this transformation. So you want to be a part of this. You don't want to be sleeping, you know, through this whole transformation. You do want to be, you know, the co-creator and have a say-so and a see-so of what's happening. You want to see what's going on. You want to be a part of what's going on. Trust me, you want to be a part of what's going on because it's pretty amazing. Now, what this means in biochemical terms is freaking mind-blowing, you guys. I heard this analogy way back, about, I don't know, a while back, maybe like a year ago or so. Actually, I don't know if I heard it or I read it, but I remember it. And it really resonated with me, and so I'm going to repeat it. A renovation is taking place in your house, your body. Your body is the house. And these changes are all happening while you're living in it. Source Creator is flipping your home, giving it a total makeover, just like a construction crew would in a renovation. They're stripping off the roof, they're tearing up the floor, the old floors, they disconnect the old plumbing, and they're tearing out all of the electricity in the house, you know, to rewire the whole home. This is all occurring while you're trying to live there. And when I heard that analogy, what came to mind was the movie The Money Pit with Tom Hanks and Shelley Long, and they played the characters Walter and Anna. They try to live in this beautiful home, this beautiful mansion, you know, all while it's being renovated, and it's a total nightmare for them. It's like a total nightmare. For those of you that have watched that movie will totally understand. Now, in the same manner, as your body is undergoing, you know, these same renovations, you're trying to keep ahead of the changes, and you will feel extremely disoriented and extremely inconvenienced as they occur. The changes in your body are occurring because your DNA is being restructured. Within your DNA, it contains an old understanding about what it means to be here that is deeply focused in individuality. Now, the DNA has individualized expression of divinity. The individual, I am. And it has wholeness. Now, you can conceive both, but can you conceive of what it would be like to be very aware of yourself as an individual and at the same time know that you are wholeness? That is what you are working on achieving at this time, whether you guys realize it or not. It took me a fat minute to understand that and to process that. The individual I am and wholeness. It's like, what? I had to read that like over and over again and go back to it and read it again and think about it, meditate on it. Finally, I kind of had some experiences, and those experiences that I've had helped me kind of understand it a whole lot better than just reading it and trying to understand it. I get it now. I get it. And it took me a while to get it. Now, to change your DNA and to change your structure, you need to change your emotions. You also need to change your thoughts. Now, to do these two things means to change your biochemistry and your brain chemistry. As these changes occur, you will experience a lot of symptoms, and some of these symptoms will be headaches, feeling nauseous, feeling dizzy, kind of like you feel like you're spinning, that vertigo feeling. I don't know if you guys have ever felt that. I've experienced that quite a bit. It's not a fun experience. During cellular transformation, your body is constantly purging your old 3D dense mass. And what it's purging out is proteins and structures. Like, it's literally purging out the mass of your body, the third dimensional dense matter. That's literally what your body is purging. Your cerebral spinal fluid is being filled with these discarded mineral deposits. And I've had these discarded mineral deposits stuck in my neck. And when they get stuck in your neck, it causes neck pain. And it also causes headaches. So if a lot of you guys have a lot of neck pain and get a lot of headaches, it's probably because you're getting these little discarded mineral deposits kind of just getting stuck in certain areas of your neck, causing it to feel like you have a pinched nerve. What it's doing is it's stuck, so it's causing a little bit of inflammation, which when you get the inflammation, that causes pain, and that pain causes the headache. So a good thing to do is, some neck roll exercises. I like to place I like to put a damp washcloth in the microwave. Or if you guys don't like using the microwave, you can just run hot water, or you can boil water and stick. I've done that too because I thought about the microwave radiation. You could put some mint in a pot of water, boil it, and kind of just like dunk your washcloth in there. But be careful, because when you pull it out, it's going to be like really super hot. Pull it out, try to squeeze it out with some tongs, and wait till it's not too hot to put on your skin, and you just wrap it around your neck, where a temperature where you can, you can, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? Handle it. Jesus, I don't understand what the heck is going on with me. Tolerate, that's the word I'm looking for. So put this washcloth around your neck, but don't wear it when it's too hot. I don't want you guys to get burnt. Just a temperature that you can tolerate. Wear it around your neck, and work on some neck rolls. Look up, down, turn your head side to side. Give yourself a gentle massage on your neck, and it will eventually dislodge itself and go away. It may take up to a week. I've had my neck pain last for about a week. And all you got to do is just wait it out, be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, and give yourself some self-love. Take care of yourself, and just, do the things I just mentioned, and it will eventually dislodge and go away. You guys are literally transforming. That's why you're getting these discarded minerals, these discarded mineral deposits getting stuck in your neck. You are literally transforming. You are microscopically purging off your body and you are rebuilding it. The process is very subtle. It's not anything that you're going to notice overnight. It's not just going to happen overnight. It's very subtle, and it's going to take many, many, many years. A lot of us have been going through this purging process, where, you know, the process of microscopically purging off of our body. We've been doing this probably since birth. We just didn't know it. And the more you go through this process, the more purging that you go through, you start to feel it. And a lot of us start to feel it in our 20s and 30s. By the time you hit 40s and 50s, you're like, oh my God, I'm falling apart. You're not falling apart. You're just transforming. Just feels like you're falling apart. You're being rebuilt. You are literally transforming. Okay? The changes will be very intense, and they will be very challenging at times. So just take it easy, you know, as you go through this purging process. Now, during this cellular transformation, you may notice repigmentation of your body. I started to get it a little bit. I started to get these little white circles on my arms and on my face. And they're not dry spots. They're not dry patches. You can see them when I'm more tan. So in the summertime, you can see them a lot better on my arm than you can see them in the wintertime, because in the wintertime I'm just really white and pale. But in the summertime I get a nice little golden tan, and then those white circles, they're just very noticeable. They stick out, and they don't tan. They just stay white. Now you may notice other kinds of unusual marks on your skin, like little red round marks. I have some of those too. I've seen them on me. I got one on my leg, and I have a couple on my face. They're not strawberry moles. They're like they look like blood blisters, but they're not blood blisters. They're not above the skin. They're on the skin surface. So it's not like a bump or anything. It's just like red dots. Like they look like blood blisters that are not raised up like a blister, or maybe like red freckles. They just come out of nowhere. They just literally, you just wake up one day and you're like, what? Where'd that come from? Now I've seen them on other people too. I see them on my husband. He's getting them now. He's got the white marks, and my daughter, she's had the red marks, and they've gone away, but she now has the white circles, and they're not fungus either. So I don't want you guys to think that they're ringworm or some sort of skin fungus. I did go to the doctors to get them checked out, and they literally said that it was repigmentation of the body. So there's something definitely going on. It's definitely not ringworm or fungus or anything crazy like that. Sometimes these white circles will come and go. Sometimes the red dots will come and go. This is a temporary repigmentation process that will allow the skin to come into its true purpose. Remember, the skin is an organ that functions as a bridge between heavy, dense matter of the body and less dense matter of the auric field of the body. Even though I said they're temporary, mine pretty much stayed. The one on my arm pretty much stayed. It didn't go away. There's other ones around my body that did go away, but the one on my arm, that one's always there. I don't know. It just, one day it was there and it never went away, and every summer it just looks more white. But don't freak out if you guys get them. They're temporary for the most part. They just go away. They come and go. What else? I read that a slight darkening of even the lightest people will occur. And this relates to the blood cell membranes being enriched by oxygen, allowing them to move in greater numbers and greater velocity through the capillary system closer to the surface of the skin. lately I've been told before I went out into the sun, because it's June 10th today and we've had some sunny days, but when I did all this content for this video, this is before I got tanned by the sun, and people were telling me that I look so tan. My mother came over and she's like, "You look so tan. Did you go tanning?" And I'm like, "No, I don't go tanning." And at that point, I haven't even laid out in the sun. So, people might tell you that you're starting to look more tan, even though you did not go tanning. So I think that maybe I'm going through this process. And now that I'm tan, because I was gardening and I got a little bit of a tan, I didn't get burned by the sun. Normally I get burnt. That once a year when the summer comes in, I get burnt. And I was outside gardening for hours and I never got sunburned. And the tan color on my skin is more of a golden color. Before it's been like the yellowish brown. Now I'm more like a golden brown. It's definitely changing. It's definitely not the same that it was in the past few years. So I don't know. Now that they brought it to my attention, I kind of feel like I do notice that my skin does have a little more color than it usually does. I'm usually very pale, unless I've been laying out in the sun. And just that not one day, but those couple days being outside gardening, again, I have a really nice little golden, color to my skin that I'm very happy with. Times are definitely changing, Soul Fam, and this is a beautiful time to be alive. We are completing a time loop in our spiritual growth. This time loop is now coming to an end, and our body is beginning to change, and it's changing shape as we close this time loop. And I remember learning about this when I was in 6th grade. My 6th grade teacher, her name was Miss Naaman, I remember, because she was really into this change of your body and evolution and transformation. She was really big into star beings and aliens and starcrafts and stuff like that. So she talked a little bit about this stuff to us. And, I always thought she was the most interesting teacher I ever had. And she taught us so many amazing things and very interesting. And it really opened my eyes to, different worlds, different realms, different realities. And I'm really glad that I was in her class, because I almost ended up in the teacher's class across the hall. But, again, we did learn a little bit of this stuff in her class. I don't know if it was part of, I don't think all the other classes, the other 6th grade classes, were learning what she was teaching us. I think she was just teaching us, on the side, like on the DL, about these things. It was just like, what was it? Evolution. She said that our children, because computers were not a big thing back then. We were just, we were learning how to type and stuff on computers. And she said, by the time my children have children, they're going to evolve. They're going to look different, because our species is evolving. Our species is changing. Evolution is changing. There's this spiritual growth that's taken place. And she said that our future, like our grandchildren, were going to be these slender, long beings, and their fingers were going to be longer than our fingers. And then she was comparing how much longer our fingers were to the people's fingers back in the 1800s. And she was comparing our body to the people's body back in the 1800s. And she was showing us pictures, and she was explaining this spiritual growth and this evolution and how your body is going to change, and, it was going to change shape as we get, and I think what she was talking about was this time loop, but she wasn't talking in her class about a time loop. But now that I'm thinking about it, this is most likely what she was comparing it to. She just didn't say time loop in her class, but I think that's what she was talking about. As we come back to our original time sequence, we're gonna go back through what we've been in the past. So I sat and asked myself that question: what was I in my past? What am I going back to? And I heard the word Atlantean. I envisioned myself as this slinky, tall, glowing, bright. It was like, I don't know, it's just like I was tall and skinny, and I was just glowing. But I wasn't glowing like one color. I was glowing many colors. Like, the vision I got was, depending on my emotion, I was glowing that color. I was glowing how I felt. So I saw myself glowing blue. I saw myself glowing white. I saw myself glowing green. It's like, and then the beings around me were glowing, whatever they were feeling. That's just the vision I had when I was, I questioned my higher self. What was I? So I was this tall, skinny, glowing light. This light, but I was a being. I was in an avatar, but it was the shape of a human being, but there was a lot less of the human being. I see more light. I see like legs and arms and a head and light. I don't see features like facial features. I didn't see clothes or anything like that. I just saw light. I don't know if that is what I'm morphing into. Probably not in this lifetime, but, I don't know. Who knows? We don't know. Nobody knows. Maybe it is this lifetime. This lifetime is full of these, like, bizarre changes, so who knows? But I do know that changes in the body shape will happen slowly over time, because they are happening. They're currently happening to me. Currently, the changes that are taking place are happening on the inside of the body. That's where it all starts. It starts on the inside of the body first. In the cellular system, in the blood, in the central nervous system, in the bone marrow, in the brain patterns. It's firing and receiving information from God's source. These are the changes that are occurring. Now, even if you can't see these changes that are happening, they are happening. They're just happening very slowly. They're slowly bleeding through into our outer body. Some people may notice and ask you, how old are you? And you'll tell them how old you are, and they'll be like, wow, you don't even look that age. This is one of the benefits of the inner work coming through to the outer body. It's funny because the other day I went to an appointment with my husband. He got a phone call, and he said, and the lady said, make sure you bring your wife. Okay, so we go to this appointment, and the lady tells my husband, and I'm standing right next to him. She goes, I told you to bring your wife. And I look at her and I said, I am his wife. And she goes, oh, you look so young. And I was like, thank you. That made me really feel really, really good. That really made my day. So the more and more that this happens, the better you guys will look on the outside. So less wrinkles, less aging. It's kind of like finding the fountain of youth within. So, and you know what? One of my mantras that I say in the morning when I'm doing yoga is, I'm youthing. I'm not aging. I'm youthing. I'm looking younger. I'm staying younger. And the more and more I tell myself that, the more and more I start to believe it. And I guess it's showing. Oh boy, it was so funny, but it was really great to hear that. Again, this will certainly occur over time. It's not something that happens overnight, but it's taking place on the inside right now. This is where the base must, first be built, is inside to the outside. Now let me tell you guys, if you embrace these changes and make some healthy changes, some healthy choices in your diet, and some attitude adjustments, you will glow and look younger as you raise your vibration. So as you start to let go of what no longer serves you, let go of stress and anger and fear, and you vibrate in the frequency of love, and you are love, and you eat healthy. I'm not saying you have to become a vegan or anything. Just make healthier eating choices. Drink more water. Stay away from soda. Stay away from sugar. Stay away from junk food. And it's going to show. What you put on your inside will show on the outside. So if you're smoking cigarettes and you have a bad attitude and you eat a lot of junk food, it's going to show. And you drink a lot of alcohol, it's definitely going to show. It's going to show. Your skin's going to, you can tell. I can tell by looking at a person if they're an alcoholic or if they're a cigarette smoker. I can see it in their skin, in their features. Most definitely I can see it in the skin, especially people that drink a lot of alcohol. I see something on their nose. I don't know if that's crazy, but something about their nose. Their nose looks red and fat. And some people have a red, fat, bumpy nose if they drink a lot of alcohol. And I can see the red in their skin. It's like the surface of their skin has this different red tinge for people that drink. And they look really oily and red. And people that smoke cigarettes, they have this like yellowish, brownish tint to their skin. And their glow is faded. It's like foggy. It's like looking at a foggy window. It's like all these poisons are fogging up your avatar, not allowing the glow to shine through. So if you just make these healthier, choices in your life, these changes in your life, you'll definitely start to glow. And you'll definitely start to look a lot younger. And it's never too late. So if you're a smoker or a heavy drinker and you're listening to this video, it's never too late to make some healthy changes. I'm not telling you to quit smoking. I'm not telling you to quit drinking. But smoke in moderation. Drink in moderation if you're a drinker or a smoker. I quit smoking cigarettes. Let me see here. Like 14 years ago. And I don't drink alcohol, not because I quit. I mean, if my mom or anybody was to offer me a glass of wine or a beer, if I feel like drinking it, I'll drink it. But for the last 3 years, I haven't felt like drinking alcohol. I don't want to. I don't know. I just haven't wanted to. And I'm fine with that. But I'm also fine with having a beer if somebody offered me one. It's not a big deal. I didn't quit or anything. So in moderation, I mean, it's not a bad thing. And I'm not against getting high, smoking weed, marijuana. There are some spiritual benefits for it, and there are some health benefits for it. So I'm definitely all for Mary Jane. I'm not a pothead or anything. But I do like to take my cannabis pills at night when I go to sleep because it really does help with some of this body pain. And it's a lot healthier than taking Tylenol, Motrin, or muscle relaxers or anything like that. Okay, so moving on. In your future, you will see a greater lightness, an expression of the body, expressing its lightness of being. So for example, you may see people that are experiencing a greater thinning or a lightening of being. Many people will start to feel taller. There may not be an actual shift in the physical body of growing taller. Maybe there will be, but most likely not. But there will be that sense of upliftment. And that upliftment is what makes that person feel taller. The body is expressing upliftment with a feeling of walking tall and being lighter within the body. Some people will experience weight change, either by losing weight or gaining weight as a result of this inner transformation. The body knows how to readjust and how to reorganize itself because this process is a natural process. This process of transformation has been coded into your cells of your body and is taking place naturally. This is a natural process. I know a lot of you are already seeing an increase of a weakening in the immune system with the acceleration of the nervous system. There are many new strands of diseases which are really just imbalances that are coming out in people. More people are experiencing a deeper level of frustration and aggressive agitation that is creating many symptoms in the body. Many nervous disorders and feelings of the body heating up is taking place. This comes out with explosions of anger and violence in some people. There's an imbalance in the nervous system which can create many disorders. Many types of fevers may take place, or any type of imbalance in the brainwave system as they're... Go back to the top part. Now I know a lot of you are already seeing an increase of a weakening in your immune system with the acceleration of the nervous system. There are many new strands of diseases or diseases which are really just imbalances that are coming out in people. I don't like to call them diseases because they really are dis-ease. You know, it's a dis-ease in your body, an imbalance in your body. And that's what's coming out in a lot of people right now. More people are experiencing a deeper level of frustration and aggressive agitation that is literally creating many symptoms in the body, many nervous disorders, and feeling like things are heating up in your body. This comes out with explosions of anger and violence. That's because there's an imbalance in the nervous system which can create many disorders in your body, many types of fevers, or any type of imbalance in the brainwave system, as there begins to be a readjustment of the way thoughts are set up. You will see many new disorders or diseases, diseases, imbalances cropping up, having to do with the central nervous system, as there is this sense that a rewiring is going on to accommodate the increase in intensity of light. And I talk about this in a video that I uploaded a few months ago about how the Ascension affects the nervous system. So if you want to check that out after this video, save it to your watch later list on YouTube and check that video out later. So yeah, there's this rewiring that's going on to accommodate the increase of intensity of light in your body. And honestly, you guys, I feel that that is why I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I don't feel like I have a disease. I have a dis-ease. There's a difference. there's an imbalance in my body. I'm going through this transformation, and it's causing a dis-ease in my nervous system, creating all of these imbalances. So I've learned to just embrace it and try to naturally cope and heal the best way that I know how, or the best way that I can. And I'm working on realigning my thoughts and seeking balance, and it seems to be working. I'm still not balanced yet, but I feel that I'm a little bit more balanced than I was because I don't have a lot of the symptoms that I used to. So, it's a process. It's a slow process. I'm getting there. I'm working on it, and I'm making some changes. So here are some things that you can do to help find balance. You will want to learn to ground yourself. That's definitely number one. You want to learn how to ground yourself. Get out into nature, walk barefoot on the earth, lay in the grass, do some gardening without gloves with your hands. Drink lots of water. Sit by water. If you don't live by water, you could take a bath or get an aquarium or a little tiny betta fish bowl and set it up in the room that you spend most of your time in. Or put a bowl of water by your bed. This helps create greater balance in the electromagnetic field. This is recommended to help balance the increase of energy that is coming in. This is recommended to help balance the increase of energy that is currently coming in. And it does affect the physical body and its state of wellness. So you definitely want to ground yourself, and you could do all of these things, or you can, if walking in the grass is fine or hugging a tree is fine. I mean, by all means, just hug trees all day and walk in the grass barefoot. But I do all of these things. I lay in the grass, I walk in the grass barefoot, I do gardening without gloves. I take my Epsom salt bath. I live by water. I always manage to live by water. I don't know. It's never planned that way. It just happens that way. My daughter has a betta fish in a small fish bowl that's in her room. And I do put a bowl of water. Actually, I put a pot of water in my room. So, and I'm very energy sensitive. So I make sure that I do all of this, because if I don't, it really throws me off balance. And I don't like the way that I feel when I'm off balance. And it really does mess with my physical body and my state of wellness. So I've learned to ground myself and take care of myself. That's just very important. The etheric body acts as a transmitter and a receiver for these surrounding energies. This takes place in specific energy centers for the body, or the chakras. Each chakra in your body is directly associated with an endocrine gland. I need water, you guys. And nerve plexus, because of their close relationship with the chakras, which transmit and receive the energy. The endocrine and nervous system especially are now undergoing a humongous transformation. The increase in electrical energies is requiring a complete rewiring of the nervous system, while all the organs and all the glands in your body are being totally restructured. Really quick before I end this out, if you're interested in a numerology reading or a card reading, all of my information to contact me to order any of my services is down below. I love you guys. I'm sending you guys all kinds of healing light as you continue your journey on this path. Peace and love. Mwah. Bye.